Yo, what's up? Man, your boy's looking raggedy. Hardcore, right? Anyway, so I know I've been like mad inconsistent. Actually, I haven't been consistent at all when it comes to making videos because I've been busy, dude. I've been working on my cars, but it's just like I gotta, plan out recording and especially with my setup, this old LG V30, V40, whatever the hell it is. It works when it wants to. It's an old phone, and the battery life sucks on it as well. So I have to keep it plugged in whenever I'm like time lapsing or whatnot, which is fine. That is what it is. But I'll give you guys an update. Number one, I made a new Instagram under Mashley Built because I want to separate my cars from like my personal life, and I feel like that was the best way to do it. So I'll link that in the bio, not the bio. What is it called? The Y'all know the thing where you put the stuff at the bottom of the video, that stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all are a lot smarter than I am. All, 10 of you who actually follow this channel. Number two, I got the white turbo car, the LSV Tech high compression turbo car done. Drove it and it drove fantastic. However, my distributor, which is what is it, an Amazon distributor, because I needed a new one, decided that it wanted to advance itself out, which I didn't know was a possibility. I guess the bearing on the inside or whatever causes it to spin decided that it had other things to do. So we jumped up from like 13 degrees of ignition timing to 24 degrees of ignition timing, which is a big no-no under full load at 14 PSI on the GT30 turbo. Yo, let me tell you, it went from feeling real good to feeling real good. I'm like, dude, this thing is balling out. This is awesome, right? Pull back into the driveway, the car dies. I'm like, okay, well, it's not officially tuned. It still needs to be fine-tuned. It's tuned enough to where I can beat on it if I want to. But with the injectors, the way they're set up and everything, idling is kind of a hit and miss type of situation with them because they're decapped LS injectors. But anyway, got it pulled back into the driveway, started to back up, and I'm like, yo, what the heck, man? It was just like blowing smoke, like hardcore out the catch can. And I'm sitting here like, what's going on now? Like, I mean, of course, it's a project car, so there's going to be problems, but I'm like, dude, there's no reason that this thing should be blowing like so much smoke, a lot of blow by. And come to find out, it didn't actually fill the catch can, it was just blowing the oil out of the catch can. And I'm like, all right, that might just be my catch can setup because the catch can itself is some eBay catch can. It's not all that high of quality. And I'm running off the back of the block to two AN fittings that have been adapted to some clampless barb fittings. And upon my research, turns out that people are like, that's a no-go. If you're going to do that, then you might want to tap off the valve cover as well. Just run all four ports, and that's only on really like high horsepower builds that actually need it, which this car shouldn't need that. But I should have just went with a valve cover vent to begin with anyway. Just being cheap and lazy because that setup that I have going on the back of the block's like altogether like 30 bucks. And the fittings for the valve cover aren't that expensive, but then having to pay somebody to, was it TIG when you have to weld aluminum? I don't know. Weld aluminum, that's, you get a little pricey. But yeah, so what I figured out was I checked my data log because I did data log the entire time I've been driving the car, and come to find out, like I said, the ignition timing jumped up from 13 degrees to 24 degrees under full load, and I'm guessing either rings or the pistons themselves, the ring lands, are gone. I pulled 3 of the 4 plugs. Well, I pulled all 4 of them, but 3 of the 4 were covered in oil. The cylinders are very moist, and it's, one of those things, unfortunately. So here are the spark plugs. They don't look bad. I mean, they've soaked up on this towel, but as you can see, this wet spot here and like right here and whatnot, yeah, that's all oil. It's not good. So today what we're doing is I'm going to rip this head off and we're going to see what's going on. I'm hoping that the block at least survived. I don't have to pull the entire block out, because if the rings went, then that is what it is. If they didn't score up the block too much, I still should be able to hone them out while the motor's still in the car, toss some new rings and possibly new pistons in them, and call it a day. But if it did, then we might be running the B18 C3 I have sitting over there in the corner, because I don't really want to go to the junkyard and pull out another block. This is just a B18 A1 block that I've had for a while, and I was not trying to boost on the B18 C3 just because I wanted to keep it around for maybe another project that I could leave, like an all-motor like track car or something, not like drag, but you know, like, excuse me, some type of freaking, I'll have to edit that out, just like, you know, track events, circle track, whatever, something. So we'll see. I don't know, man. This is stressful. Get the car done and you're enjoying yourself, you're enjoying the car, and all of a sudden, so yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. We'll put you guys down, we'll get the phone plugged in, and we'll time lapse this out. Got my podcast going in the background. Just chill out, get it done. I'll meet you guys back. All right, so I got everything disconnected from the head. Turbo obviously is out the way. All the harness should be disconnected. All the hoses should be disconnected as well. I got it drained out. Food for thought here, if you're able to, because I know a lot of people probably can't get down in there. This is really tight from the factory. But if you're able to, pull this out, this casting plug out whenever you're pulling off the head, because then all that coolant in the actual block itself won't protrude over into the cylinders. It makes life so much more convenient. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later if you do it. So yeah, like I said, everything should be disconnected. I got all the head studs loose, and I want to say all the lines are disconnected. Everything that's, you know, attached to the head at the very least. I'm going to attempt to get this pulled up inside over on the bench over there. I got to clean that up a little bit and sit it over there. We'll do some looking at it. I noticed that my turbo, this is why you need to run filters on your turbos. See these teeth, these fins, see all that? This thing's got maybe 50 miles on it. It's sad. The shaft play's still good. I mean, we're good there, but that can harm me, you know, in the long run, because then it's not going to be pulling the air in as effectively. But you know what? Until it starts giving me like major problems, I'm just going to run it. Not that it's that expensive of a turbo. So eBay GT30, I think it was like 250 bucks, but still, it is what it is. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna get you guys sat down. I'll bring you back as soon as I get this head off, because I don't know if you've done this before, but pulling the cylinder head off the studs can be very, very annoying. It'll fight you if you don't come up like as center as possible. So I'll be right back. All right, so I got the head pulled off. It actually came off really smooth. That's genuinely surprising, but not that you guys can really see. The cylinders look okay, I guess. You know, they look really glazed over, considering that this motor doesn't have any miles on it, and I really don't like that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna drop the pan. We're gonna pull all the rods out. I'm gonna mark them, you know, per cylinder, and I'm just gonna hope and pray that, you know, maybe I just broke a couple rings. You know what I'm saying? That would be the greatest thing, and then I can just rehone it and smack some rings in it, shave them down to where they need to be, and replace my distributor so we don't have this problem anymore, and just continue running the car. Because I was expecting a lot worse when I got in here. Obviously, I haven't checked 1 and 4 yet, but just basic off of 2 and 3, doesn't look like any major scoring. Nothing that a hone can't take care of. That's lucky right there. You know, I'm gonna take my little win, guys. I'll be right back. Side note, hop on this morbid podcast stuff, dude. These girls are dope, and it's a true crime podcast. It's tight. Anyway, so all the rods and pistons are out. The cylinder walls look phenomenal. I mean, all things considering, after the damage I just found, I'll take that as a win. So let's go, we'll go backwards here. We have cylinder number 4. Piston looks relatively okay. You know, not seeing anything major on it. Back off the camera here. You know, all right, cool. This one, when I pulled the plugs, was actually one of the better looking ones. Cylinder number 3. Still relatively okay. You know, there might be something. Hold on. Move that out the way. Nah, yeah, we're good. Oop, what's that? Can you guys see that? If I can get this camera to focus. Hold on. Yeah, it's a little, see, right about, I can't get it on the camera. I'll have to post a snapshot of it. There's a little scoring. I can't say it's a crack, but yeah. All right, we got next cylinder number 2. Cylinder number 2, you know, there's a hairline crack right in there. You can't really pick it. Hold on, let me turn around. I think the glare of the sun's actually screwing us here. Where you at? Where'd you go? It's somewhere in here. Literally just seen it. Yeah, it's right there, actually. It's too fine to pick up on the camera, but I can see it. Yeah, it's not happy. That's cylinder number 2. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you about cylinder number 1. Let me tell you. See that? Yeah, the camera's picking that up. No problem, actually. Right in here. See that? Cracked from right here all the way up through here, right here. Cracked on the other side all the way up. So yeah, it was some major detonation is what happened here. This piston is absolutely trash. I'm gonna keep this as a paperweight, because, you know, I think everybody who cracks their first piston or melts their first piston should keep it around, just as a reminder of don't use cheap parts. So yeah, that's the damage, man. Wish I can get it better in here. Yeah, that's it, dude. And you know what? I'm not mad. All things considering, this was probably the cheapest part that could have failed. A whole new block would have ran me a pretty penny, even though it's just a open deck B18A1 block, but finding that stuff nowadays is kind of ridiculous. I would have been putting the GSR in there or putting the B20 in there. But yeah, so I'll order some new pistons. I mean, that'll run me $300. I'll get some actual, you know, forged ones. These I guarantee could have lasted, but you know that the ignition timing screwed us. So yeah, that'd be it, dude. That'd be it. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't much. Honestly, it would have been better had I filmed what happened, but I wasn't thinking about it. Like I said, I've been really bad about wanting to actually pick up the camera and do stuff. I've just been like, get it done, get it done, get it done, you know, like because of timing issues. But luckily it's getting nicer outside, as you guys can see. Sun's out, it's decent weather. I'll be out a lot more getting stuff done. I can't work in the cold. It sucks. Even with the heater going, the propane in this small area just gives me headaches. I can run the exhaust fan, but then that's just like pulling a lot of the hot air out and it just gets cold again. So now that we're in springtime, I'll be out here. We'll be doing work. So next time I bring you guys back, we'll be honing out these cylinders, hopefully. And hopefully we'll have replacement pistons coming in the mail. I'll probably order them next week and go from there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be easy.